Hey guys, welcome if you're new or welcome back if you're returning. Today I wanted to share a few recent Amazon purchases with you. Some of them are more tech related, and then at the end we'll also have a few clothing pieces continuing the summer of jumpsuits from one of my previous videos, so I hope you enjoy. So the first item that I wanted to share is this Ulanzi extension tripod and selfie stick. So I saw this as a recommendation somewhere and looked at the reviews, and a lot of people were saying how disappointed they were, how small it was. I actually really like the size of this one. So yes, it is very small, and I have a little like mini tripod that you can kind of use as a handle like this, or open it up and use it to support a camera, and it's probably at least 1/3 longer than this one is. So I do like that it's small because it like fits in a purse really nicely. It has the little screw-on part to attach your camera. Obviously I'm using my camera right now, so I can't show you how that works, but it just screws right on the base of a camera. And then something that I like about this one is it has like a ball that will rotate in any direction to angle the camera. My other one that I have kind of only angles in a couple directions. It's sort of hard to use in that way. And then the extension part, which I couldn't figure out at first. I was like, does mine not extend? You just have to pull it really hard. So it extends like 3 little segments out. So it actually is really nice to use just for a little bit of extra length as a selfie stick. You can get one of those little adapters that like your cell phone clams into, so you can use it for your cell phone. Obviously you can use it for a more standard camera, but I've really liked it. And actually, if you watched my previous vlog from the 4th of July weekend, I used this primarily throughout that weekend. So if you notice maybe a little improvement in like the distance of my face from the camera when I'm doing kind of selfie shots, this is why. So the next item is actually on my cell phone right now. This is the Sinjimoru stretching silicone phone strap. So I got this new phone recently, and it's a little bit longer than my previous phone. It's not really that much wider, but it's like a little longer. And so to operate it one-handed, there's just like certain areas of the screen that you can't really reach comfortably. And I mean, it was fine, but I was kind of half-heartedly looking at different little, supports and rings and different straps and things that you could put. And so I found that there are these straps that kind of go through the holes of your case, wherever like the hole for the camera is and the hole for the charging port. And I was looking into a lot of those, but I assumed that they were like somehow a continuous loop that went through here. And really it seems like most of them, you actually glue them to the inside of the case and kind of like adjust it to the tightness that you want. And that just didn't make sense to me. I really didn't want to have to glue anything onto anything, whether it was, a pop socket or a ring or whatever. So I really liked this one when I found it because it actually has like a little hook here. So it really is just one strap that you run through the holes of your case and then just hook back together. So far it's been really nice. It's also flat. It doesn't interfere with wireless charging. If you have a wireless charging bed, or I have one that's kind of like a little cradle, it still works just fine with that. You just kind of slip a finger in it, or you can slip in a couple fingers. It's also good if you're like carrying your phone and a bunch of other stuff and you just want to make sure you don't drop it. So it is just nice to have that little bit of extra support. It does kind of increase the range of where you can comfortably reach on the screen. Now I will say I've only been using this for maybe a week. So if it starts to, stretch out relatively quickly, or it causes some kind of problems with like the holes in the case, take this with a grain of salt. I'm definitely holding off on reviewing this item on Amazon. I usually review things like this, but I'm kind of holding off until I have a little bit better idea of how it's going to last. But so far, I really like it. It's so simple, sleek, but it definitely is a big help and improvement in using this phone. So related to getting the new phone, one of the things that I miss from my old one is my old phone used to have this little like indicator light that would flash when you had some notification on the phone. So if you didn't see it at the moment when it came in, you would still catch that there's this little light blinking and you knew to check something. The new phone doesn't have that. I think pretty much no current phones have that anymore, and I really missed having some kind of indication that I had a notification on my phone. So I was not planning on purchasing anything on Amazon Prime Day, but I did end up getting this Fossil Women's Gen 5e 42mm smartwatch. So I'd actually been looking at these for a while, like for a couple years, and thinking about getting a smartwatch also because when you're out, you know, for the day, you don't want to be like pulling your phone out all the time. It's nice to see if like something urgent does come in while you don't have your phone handy. Otherwise, I feel like I have kind of mixed feelings about like, are they silly or not? But I think now that, especially that I don't have like that, just that general notification on my phone that there was some kind of alert, it is really nice to just have it handy and like get a little buzz or get something flashing up just to let me know something's going on. So, you know, this also does like heart rate and step counting, and it can track your sleep. I don't really use it for too much of that. I definitely don't wear it to sleep. I let it charge at night when it has to. Step counting is kind of interesting just to see how little I'm moving, but it does all that kind of stuff. It does all the, you know, notifications from your different apps. A lot of them you can reply to, or you can also clear them out from here, which is nice because there's a lot of emails that I get and I usually just delete them without even opening them. So if you're just sitting there, you can kind of like boop, boop, boop and just clear out your inbox right from your watch. I actually took a call on this yesterday. I didn't even realize that because it was hooked up by Bluetooth, if I hit the answer button on here, that it would start speaking from my watch. So I had a full conversation. The person on the other end said that I sounded great. So it's been kind of fun, and you know, it's definitely really handy. I'm noticing now that I'm wearing this, everyone else is wearing smartwatches. So I guess it feels nice to join the rest of society in that way. And then the next couple items kind of go with the watch. So first of all, the watch came with this like the metal mesh band that closes magnetically, which I actually really like. It's very comfortable. I really like the magnet because it's like totally adjustable. There's no holes, so you just put the magnet at whatever point you want it to be at. But I felt like, especially for summer and sweating a lot, I didn't want to be like sweating and getting a lot of crud in the mesh of the metal. So I did switch out for the silicone band. I actually tried a couple other bands, and the actual Fossil branded one and turned out to be my favorite. So it's a little more expensive than some of the other replacement bands you can get, but I think it is worth it because like the metal of the clasp matches the metal of the watch, and it is really comfortable, nice soft silicone. I was worried, you know, about it being adjustable, but the whole options are fine for me. And it's definitely a lot more comfortable and easy to clean, especially if you're like getting sweaty and or bumping your wrist on things. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine and why I don't usually wear watches, because I don't like when my wrist bumps on my desk or anything. But this is really comfortable. And I like also that I have the option of switching back to the mesh one if I do want to like dress it up a little bit, because this doesn't look bad, but the mesh definitely elevates kind of the look of the watch. And then the last watch related item, I didn't really bring the package here, so I just have to take my word for it, but I picked up the Suoman 3-pack of screen protectors. So it's just like a circular little clear thicker sticker that goes over the top of the screen. I was really worried about banging it into something, scratching it on something, so having that little screen protector, it just gives you a little bit more peace of mind. It doesn't affect the use of the touch screen at all, and you don't even see it. I mean, it's really easy to place it, you know, get it lined up in place because it's just a circle. You just sit it straight on. There's no like buttons or anything to align it with. So I really like just having that little extra insurance on the screen. I am actually already on my second one because the screen just stopped responding to touch one day. And I thought maybe it was related to the screen protector, maybe like in the heat something happened to the adhesive of it or something, so I took it off. That didn't resolve the problem. Actually, after Googling, I found that this watch sometimes just stops responding, and the solution is you have to restart it, which you can do by pushing its one physical button, holding that down, and that'll eventually restart it. So that resolved the issue, but in the meantime I had already taken off the one screen protector, so I'm on my second one now. That's just something that this watch does, but I definitely recommend, if you're going to be spending that amount of money on any kind of piece of technology, your phone, your camera, whatever, get a little protector for it. So now we're on to the final chapter, which is, of course, jumpsuits. So if you saw my previous shopping vlog, you saw that I decided to make this the summer of jumpsuits. I tried a few that I picked up on Zulily. They were pretty much all black, and I've actually been wearing them. I really like them, but there's a couple of things that I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I wanna change up a couple of things. So first of all, black ones are just like a lot of black from head to toe, so I thought maybe I should try some different colors. So this brand Pretty Garden on Amazon was actually recommended by one of the ladies in a Facebook group that I'm in, and she had one on and it looked so cute. And they had a ton of colors, so I picked up this Pretty Garden women's loose solid off the shoulder elastic waist jumpsuit with pockets in their color blue. Now this one, when I tried it on, and I'll briefly flash it up for you, but I got this a size up because based on the sizing of the previous Corps de Vague one that I tried, I thought maybe I needed a bigger size of this style. No, this was way too big. It was loose in all the wrong places. The drawstring, you know, is a faux drawstring, so that didn't help at all. And this blue was so bright and there was so much of it. So it was just, this was a lot. It was too big and too bright. So I went back and found from this same brand their color dark blue. So they actually have the blue that I showed, they have a navy, but they also have this dark blue, which is almost like a teal color. I really like it. My husband's first comment when I showed it to him was I looked like I'm wearing scrubs, but I really like the color, and I think that, again, the head to toe black of a black jumpsuit is kind of a lot. It's very dark, so this is just a different color just to change things up a little bit. I really like it. The material of these is really nice. It's not like super soft, but it is thick and feels like good quality, and it has nice details around like the cuffs and the collar. It does close with the tiny button at the back of your neck, and like I said, the drawstring is faux, but I think it's really nice quality. It's supposed to go off the shoulder, and you can kind of pull it that way and wear it that way, but I had read in some of the reviews that it doesn't really fall off the shoulder nicely, and I agree. You really have to like fuss with it to get it to be in that shape, and I didn't want it to be off the shoulder, so if you just leave it on like centered, it's just like a nice scoop neck kind of style, and it looks fine. So that's how I plan to wear this one. So then I saw one of my favorite Amazon brands, Daily Ritual, also had a few jumpsuits available, and so I picked up this super soft terry sleeveless jumpsuit. So I really like that it was sleeveless and it had that straight leg. I really like the deep blue color, which like I said is kind of more of a teal. The material is nice and heavy. It is, again, that kind of terry material. Also, the drawstring is a real working drawstring, so you can use it to tighten and adjust as needed. However, there's no neck closure of any kind. So all the other ones that I had tried on before had some kind of button or tie, or I know sometimes they have zippers or different things. This doesn't have anything. You just stretch it out and step into it however wide it needs to go to get over your hips and everything else. And I felt like just after trying it on once, the neck already felt kind of stretched out looking, and I can't imagine, after wearing it a couple times how it might look. So it's really a shame because the fabric is so lovely and soft. The color's beautiful. I love the shape and the style of it. but the neckline thing is really a deal breaker for me. Also, I felt like the armholes were cut a little deep. You could start to see, you know, like the edge of a bra. It was also just kind of unflattering. So the top part of it, the top holes were the deal breaker for me. So unfortunately, I will be returning this one. And then unfortunately, that also does not bode well for this final jumpsuit. This is actually a romper, like a jumpsuit with shorts. So this is also from the Daily Ritual brand. This is their super soft terry short sleeve V-neck romper, which I never thought that I would get a romper, like a shorts jumpsuit, because they just seem like baby clothes to me. I don't know, I can get into one with longer legs, but the rompers I didn't think I would like. But again, after having worn some of the longer ones a couple times, I was like, okay, it is hot, it is summertime, it would be nice to have an option with shorts. So this again is made out of that really nice soft, thick terry material. The drawstring is a real working drawstring, and I really like the fit of like both the shorts part and the top part. Like if they were separate shorts and top, I would love them. They're both great, super comfortable, but it has that same issue where there's no closure of any kind at the neck. You just stretch it out and step into it, and I had that same feeling that it already was looking stretched out just from trying it on one time. So I know that there actually are like shorts and top sets that you can get, and for that reason, you know, if I wanted to go with a monochromatic shorts and top look like this, in that case I would probably just buy black shorts and a black top. It is a shame because I really like the way this fits otherwise, but same issue with no kind of closure, and I don't want to have that like stretched out neck look. So I hope you enjoyed that video and found it useful, whether you're shopping for tech items or clothing items, or if you just enjoy watching people's Amazon hauls, which I certainly do all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so I know to continue making stuff like this, and please do subscribe because I do this type of thing regularly. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Bye!